Chosen ones, you carry a silent power that is often overlooked by those around you. People may not recognize it at first glance. They see your humility, your calm demeanor, and they mistake it for weakness. What they don't realize is that within you lies an inner strength that doesn't need to shout or prove itself. It's a force that moves quietly, yet powerfully, and it comes from something much greater than yourself. When people test or provoke you, they are not just dealing with the person they see, they are unknowingly engaging with a divine protection that surrounds you. This spiritual power is not always visible, but its impact is undeniable. You are aligned with a purpose, a mission that extends beyond the physical world. This is why people are drawn to test your boundaries, not understanding that there are forces at work that they cannot see or comprehend. Yeshua once said, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." This promise is your shield, guarding you through every trial and attack. You may feel the pressure of the world trying to pull you down, but this protection is always with you, guiding and strengthening you when the challenges come. People who try to bring harm to the Chosen One are, in fact, inviting forces into their lives that they are unprepared to face. What they fail to understand is that playing with a Chosen One is not just a challenge to you, it is a challenge to the divine plan you are part of. You have been chosen for a reason, and that reason brings a strength that cannot be shaken. When people seek to disrupt your path, they end up awakening the power within you, a power they could never anticipate. Your strength may be silent, but it is mighty, and when it rises, those who thought they could toy with it will come to understand the weight of their actions. In life, people often make the mistake of underestimating those who seem calm, quiet, and patient. For the Chosen Ones, this underestimation happens frequently. Those around them often see the exterior, a humble demeanor, a quiet nature, or even moments of vulnerability, and assume these are signs of weakness. What they fail to recognize is that this calmness hides a strength that is beyond comprehension. When someone decides to challenge or provoke a Chosen One, they step into dangerous territory. They mistake patience for passivity, not realizing that Chosen Ones carry a power that is deeply rooted in their spirit. This strength doesn't need to be loud, flashy, or aggressive. It waits, silently gathering force until it's needed. The Chosen One doesn't have to engage in every conflict or argument because they understand that their battles are not fought with physical might alone. The strength of the Chosen One comes from within, but it is also connected to a divine source. There's a reason why they remain steadfast in moments of trial. Their power isn't theirs alone, it comes from their alignment with a higher purpose. Yeshua once said, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." Meekness is often mistaken for weakness, but in reality it is controlled strength. It is the ability to hold back when necessary, knowing that true power doesn't need to prove itself. When someone underestimates the Chosen One, they are preparing themselves for a lesson they weren't expecting. The Chosen One, in their humility, does not retaliate immediately. Instead, they observe, waiting for the right moment. Their silence should never be mistaken for surrender. What the aggressor doesn't realize is that they are triggering forces beyond what they can handle. By challenging the Chosen One, they awaken a strength that has been quietly building through hardship and resilience. This strength, born out of past trials, only grows with each challenge. The Chosen One has faced adversity before, and every trial has left them stronger, more prepared, and more in tune with their spiritual power. Those who underestimate them believe they have the upper hand, but they are unaware of the hidden depth of strength they are about to encounter. In time, the tide always turns. The one who was once underestimated reveals their true power. It may not be in a grand display of force, but in the quiet, unwavering way they stand firm when others would crumble. The aggressor, realizing too late that they've underestimated their opponent, begins to see that they've stirred something they weren't prepared for. But the consequences extend beyond the immediate conflict. When you play with the Chosen One, you are not just facing a single individual. You are facing the forces that protect and guide them. The Chosen One is never truly alone in their battles. They are surrounded by divine energy, spiritual armor that cannot be seen by the naked eye. This is why those who oppose the Chosen One often find themselves facing unexpected setbacks, difficulties, and challenges they never anticipated. It is not out of revenge or anger that these consequences arise. The chosen one does not need to seek vengeance, because the spiritual laws set in motion by their opposition handle it for them. The protection over them is automatic, triggered by the very nature of their calling. The divine forces that watch over them ensure that any harm meant for the chosen one will ultimately backfire on those who attempt it. In the end, those who underestimate the chosen one are left wondering how things spiraled so quickly out of their control. What they don't realize is that from the moment they underestimated this quiet strength, they set into motion a series of events that they could never control. And the chosen one? They walk away, stronger than ever, their power no longer hidden, but revealed. There's a delicate balance that exists in the universe, one that governs the actions and outcomes of those who step outside their bounds. For the chosen one, this balance is especially significant. You see, when people challenge the chosen ones, they're not merely provoking another person. They are knowingly or unknowingly testing divine favor. And the consequences of such actions are often more severe than anyone could anticipate. Challenging the chosen one may begin with something as small as a word or a slight, but what follows is a series of events that rapidly escalate. At first, the one doing the challenging might feel powerful. They might believe they have control over the situation, that they are leading the dance. But what they don't realize is that by coming against someone divinely favored, they are setting themselves up for a fall. In the physical world, the chosen one may appear to be at a disadvantage. Perhaps they are outnumbered, or it seems that circumstances are not in their favor. But beneath the surface, unseen forces are at work. The protection over the chosen one is not always immediate or visible, but it is always present. This divine shield doesn't just block physical harm, it ensures that the spiritual balance is maintained. And when that balance is disrupted, the consequences often unfold in ways that no one expects. Those who oppose the chosen one might feel emboldened in the beginning. They may think their actions are harmless or justified. But as time passes, they begin to notice that things are not going their way. Perhaps it's a string of misfortunes, unexpected obstacles, or a sudden shift in their own life. These are not coincidences. They are the natural consequences of challenging someone who walks with divine favor. Yeshua said, "What you do to the least of these, you do to me." This principle serves as a reminder that when someone harms a chosen one, they are indirectly challenging the very source of their power. It is not just a personal attack, it's a spiritual violation, and as such, the repercussions reach far beyond what anyone could foresee. At first, the challenger may not connect the dots. They might dismiss their misfortunes as bad luck or random events. But as the pattern continues, a realization starts to dawn. The more they push against the chosen one, the harder their own life becomes. It's as if every action they take to harm or control the chosen one comes back to them tenfold. This is not karma in the typical sense. This is the divine response to an imbalance that was created when they chose to meddle with something sacred. For the chosen one, it's important to understand that these consequences are not something they control or wish upon others. The divine favor they carry comes with its own protection, one that operates according to spiritual laws beyond human control. The chosen one need not seek revenge or harbor bitterness, for the balance will always restore itself. As the weight of these consequences begins to take its toll, the challenger often finds themselves in a place of regret. What once seemed like a harmless challenge has now spiraled into a situation they cannot control. They may try to make amends or reverse the damage, but by then, the course has already been set in motion. The spiritual forces have already responded, and the chosen one remains untouched, shielded by the favor they carry. In the end, those who challenge divine favor walk away changed. Some may learn from their mistakes, understanding that there are forces at work that they cannot fight against. Others, blinded by pride, may continue to push, only to find themselves continually beaten back by the consequences of their actions. The chosen one, however, continues on their path, strengthened by the trials and ever more aware of the power that walks with them. Resistance is a natural part of life, especially for the chosen ones. There will always be individuals who attempt to block their path, either out of envy, misunderstanding, or a desire for control. These resistances come in many forms: Some obvious, others more subtle. But what those who oppose the chosen ones fail to recognize is that when they resist, they are not merely opposing a person. They are resisting a divine plan. For the chosen ones, each challenge they face is not just another obstacle. It is an opportunity for divine intervention to manifest in ways that no one can predict. The resistance they encounter often becomes the very catalyst for their next breakthrough, because the more pressure that is applied to the chosen one, the more they are refined and strengthened. This is a spiritual principle that has been woven into their journey from the beginning. When someone decides to stand in the way of a chosen one, they may feel they are in control. They may believe that through manipulation, deceit, or power, they can prevent the chosen one from reaching their goals. But what they don't realize is that their resistance triggers something far greater than they can comprehend. Divine intervention steps in when the chosen one is pushed to a place of need, and when the divine intervenes, no human plan can succeed against it. It may seem that the chosen one is backed into a corner, with no way out. Their enemies may look at the situation and feel victorious, convinced that they have won. But what they don't understand is that in the moments of greatest pressure, divine forces are at work, preparing to turn the situation around in ways that defy human logic. Yeshua once said, "With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." This is the power that the chosen one carries, the ability to transcend the natural through the intervention of the divine. The resistance that others bring into the life of a chosen one often ends up becoming the very thing that propels them forward. The harder they push, the stronger the divine forces that support the chosen one become. It's as though each attempt to block their progress only fuels the power behind their mission. Those who resist find themselves fighting against a force they cannot see or understand, a force that is not merely physical, but spiritual. Divine intervention often happens in ways that catch the opposition off guard. What was supposed to be the chosen one's downfall becomes their greatest moment of triumph. Doors that were closed suddenly open, opportunities that seemed lost reappear, and the chosen one emerges from the battle stronger and more focused than ever before. Those who resisted are left in confusion, wondering how their plans fell apart so completely. For the chosen one, it's important to understand that resistance is not a sign of defeat. It is a signal that something greater is about to unfold. The pressure that comes from opposition is not meant to destroy them, but to reveal their true strength and the divine power that accompanies them. Each time resistance rises, it's an opportunity for divine intervention to act on their behalf. And as for those who resist, they often come to realize too late that they have bitten off more than they can chew. What seemed like an easy victory over the chosen one turns into a battle they cannot win. They are forced to confront the reality that when they play with the chosen one, they are playing with forces far beyond their understanding. The divine will always intervene, and no human plan can stand against that. As the chosen one walks away from these battles, they do so with the knowledge that every form of resistance is simply part of the divine plan. It refines them, strengthens them, and pushes them toward their ultimate purpose, and those who resist, they are left behind, lost in the aftermath of their failed attempts to block what was never theirs to control. For those who underestimate the chosen ones, there is always a moment when they realize their mistake. They may have seen the quiet demeanor, the patience, and the humility as signs of weakness, but as pressure mounts and situations escalate, something extraordinary begins to unfold. The chosen ones, often silent and reserved, are suddenly ignited with a power that no one expected. This awakening is not just about inner strength. It's about releasing a force that has been waiting for the right moment to emerge. When the chosen ones are pushed to their limits, something within them shifts. It's as if all the trials, the challenges, and the resistance they've faced have been building up for this one moment. People who play with the chosen one often believe that their actions will have no serious consequences. They assume that they can toy with their emotions, manipulate situations, or sabotage their success without fear of repercussion. But they're wrong. What they don't understand is that chosen ones are not ordinary individuals. Their power is tied to something far greater, something divine. This is where things begin to change. The chosen ones, though they may have seemed passive or patient up until now, are no longer holding back. Their power, which has been simmering beneath the surface, is finally unleashed. This shift can happen in an instant, catching everyone off guard. It's as though a sleeping giant has been awakened, and the true strength of the chosen one is now fully visible for the world to see. Yeshua said, "You are the light of the world." That light, which often shines quietly through the chosen one's actions and presence, can suddenly blaze with an intensity that cannot be ignored. When provoked, this light transforms into a powerful force that cuts through darkness, exposing lies, deception, and the true intentions of those who tried to bring the chosen one down. The spiritual energy that flows through the chosen one ignites, making it impossible for their enemies to continue their attacks. For those who thought they had the upper hand, this shift is alarming. They had assumed the chosen one was vulnerable, that their plans would go smoothly without opposition. But as the chosen one steps fully into their power, the tables turn. The aggressors find themselves facing challenges they never anticipated. Suddenly, their strategies fall apart, their confidence wanes, and they begin to feel the weight of their actions. What they thought would be an easy victory becomes a lesson in humility. The chosen one doesn't have to lash out or seek revenge. Their power speaks for itself. It's a force that doesn't need to announce its arrival. Instead, it quietly but forcefully makes its presence known, and those who underestimated it are left scrambling to understand what went wrong. The power within the chosen one is not just physical or mental, it is deeply spiritual, connected to a higher purpose that cannot be disrupted by mere human plans. This ignition of power is also a turning point for the chosen one. In this moment, they fully realize what they are capable of. They understand that the struggles they've faced, the resistance they've encountered, and the pressure they've endured have all been preparing them for this. Every challenge has sharpened their abilities, strengthening them for the battles that lie ahead. And now that their power has been ignited, there is no turning back. For those who sought to play with the chosen one, the reality is clear. They have awakened a force they cannot control. The chosen one, now fully standing in their power, is unstoppable. And as they move forward, they do so with a renewed sense of purpose, leaving behind those who foolishly thought they could stand in their way. What happens next is no longer in the hands of the aggressors. The chosen one's power has been set in motion, and no one can stop what is about to unfold. When someone defies a chosen one, they rarely understand the true depth of their actions. They might believe that their opposition is only between themselves and the chosen one, thinking that the effects of their defiance will be contained within that single conflict. However, what they fail to realize is that by defying a chosen one, they are creating a ripple effect, a chain reaction that goes far beyond their original intentions. The chosen one's life is not merely their own. They are connected to a greater purpose, and this purpose comes with divine oversight. Any attack, opposition, or defiance against them does not stop at the surface level. Instead, it triggers an unseen series of events that ripple through the spiritual and physical realms alike. Those who attempt to stand against a chosen one may not notice these ripples at first, but as time passes, the consequences begin to reveal themselves. At first, the defiant individual may feel a sense of power or control. They might believe that their actions have gone unnoticed or that they've successfully hindered the chosen one's progress. But soon enough, the ripples start to return. Unexpected challenges arise in their own lives, relationships become strained, plans begin to fail, and unforeseen obstacles appear at every turn. What seemed like a small act of defiance grows into something much larger, something that now impacts them in ways they never anticipated. These ripple effects are not always immediate. In fact, they often unfold over time, gradually revealing the true impact of challenging a chosen one. It's as though the universe itself begins to correct the imbalance created by the defiance, ensuring that everything returns to its rightful order. For the chosen one, the effects of this ripple are felt not just in their own life, but in the lives of those connected to them. Family members, friends, and even colleagues may experience the consequences of someone's defiance toward the chosen one as the energy around them shifts. Yeshua's words, "Do to others as you would have them do to you," resonate deeply here. The Chosen One carries with them a spiritual covering that extends to all areas of their life. When someone acts against them, they are not just attacking a single person. They are disrupting a network of divine protection and purpose. The ripple effect of this disruption can be felt far and wide, affecting not just the one who defied them, but everyone within their sphere of influence. The Chosen One, however, does not need to seek retaliation. They understand that these ripple effects are not theirs to control. Divine forces ensure that everything returns to balance in due time. The Chosen One can remain calm and steadfast, knowing that the natural order of things will correct itself. The consequences of defiance will unfold as they are meant to, without the Chosen One needing to lift a finger in response. As the defiant individual begins to experience the effects of their actions, they may try to reverse what has been set in motion. But by then, it is often too late. The ripple has already spread, touching areas of their life they never intended to affect. Their relationships may falter, their plans may crumble, and their sense of control may vanish. The defiance they once took pride in becomes a burden as they come to realize the cost of challenging a Chosen One. For the Chosen One, these ripple effects serve as a reminder of their purpose and the divine favor that surrounds them. Each time someone defies them, they are reminded that they are not alone in their journey. Their strength, both seen and unseen, comes from a higher power, and this power ensures that every act of defiance will ultimately serve to further their mission. In the end, the ripple effect of defiance is not just a lesson for those who oppose the Chosen One. It is a testament to the Chosen One's resilience, their divine purpose, and the unstoppable force that moves through their life, protecting and guiding them every step of the way. When people decide to stand against the Chosen Ones, they often think they are dealing with just another human being. What they don't understand is that Chosen Ones are never alone. There is a force, unseen by the naked eye, that works alongside them, an army of divine warriors led by Yeshua himself. These unseen forces do not fight in ways the world understands, but their influence is undeniable. In the moments when the Chosen One faces opposition, it may appear as though they are vulnerable or outnumbered. Their opponents might even feel emboldened, believing that their plans are succeeding. But what they fail to see is the spiritual warfare happening behind the scenes. Yeshua's warriors are not bound by physical limitations. They work silently, often unnoticed, ensuring that the Chosen One is protected and that the divine plan remains intact. This spiritual protection extends beyond just shielding the Chosen One from harm. It actively works to dismantle the plans of those who seek to harm them. Yeshua's words, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper," echo through the Chosen One's life as these divine warriors stand guard. Though the weapons may be formed and the attacks may be launched, they will not succeed in their purpose. Time and again, Chosen Ones find themselves rising above challenges that should have destroyed them. These warriors do not fight with swords or shields. Instead, their strength lies in their ability to influence outcomes, shift events, and ensure that the Chosen One remains on their path. They move unseen through the world, altering circumstances in ways that defy logic. An attack that was meant to bring the Chosen One down may suddenly fall apart without warning. Plans that were carefully laid by those who oppose them crumble for no apparent reason. This is the work of Yeshua's unseen warriors, operating beyond human comprehension to protect those marked by divine purpose. The Chosen One might not always be aware of these forces, but their presence is constant. It's in the moments when everything seems lost, when the weight of the world feels too heavy, that these unseen warriors step in. They turn situations around, often in ways that leave the Chosen One amazed at how swiftly things changed. Those who thought they had control over the situation find themselves facing a power they cannot understand or counter. Opponents of the Chosen One may attribute their failures to bad luck or chance, unaware that they have crossed paths with a force much greater than themselves. This ignorance often leads them to try again, believing that next time they will succeed. But each time they challenge the Chosen One, they find themselves thwarted by invisible hands moving pieces they cannot see. Yeshua's warriors, operating with divine authority, ensure that the Chosen One remains unscathed. The Chosen One, while aware of the spiritual forces at work in their life, often chooses to walk in humility. They don't boast of the protection they carry, for it is not a power of their own making. Instead, they move forward with quiet confidence, knowing that they are never truly alone. The battles they face are not theirs to fight, but Yeshua's warriors are ever present, making sure that victory belongs to the Chosen One. As for those who oppose them, the realization that they are up against something far greater than themselves often comes too late. By the time they understand the true nature of the battle, the damage is already done. They are left to face the consequences of opposing a Chosen One protected by divine forces they cannot see or control. The plans they had so carefully crafted fall apart, and they are left wondering why nothing went as expected. For the Chosen Ones, these unseen forces are a constant reminder that their journey is not theirs alone. Yeshua's warriors are always in action, ensuring that the path remains clear and that every attack is turned away. This protection is not just a gift, it is a promise that no matter the challenge, the Chosen One will emerge victorious, guided by forces far beyond what the world can understand. There is something unique about the Chosen Ones that most people don't understand. They are spiritually shielded in ways that go beyond the physical realm. This shield is not something visible to the naked eye, but its presence is unmistakable when you attempt to harm or manipulate a Chosen One. The spiritual forces surrounding them act as an invisible barrier, one that deflects negativity, harm, and any ill intention sent their way. Many who oppose the Chosen Ones mistakenly believe that their actions, words, or deceitful plans will go unnoticed or unpunished. They assume that because the Chosen One may appear quiet or vulnerable, they are easy targets. But the truth is far from that. The Chosen One's spiritual shield is always present, standing as a guard over their life, silently blocking what could otherwise bring them harm. This spiritual shield doesn't just protect from physical danger, it extends into emotional and mental realms as well. Attacks aimed at shaking the Chosen One's confidence or disturbing their peace often fail without explanation. What outsiders see as luck or coincidence is, in reality, the divine shield at work. The Chosen One might feel the pressure of opposition, but the full impact is never allowed to reach them. It's as though every challenge is filtered through this spiritual protection, weakening the blows before they ever land. This is why the Chosen One's enemies frequently find themselves frustrated. They cannot understand why their attempts to disrupt or harm seem to have no lasting effect. Every strategy they employ, no matter how carefully thought out, seems to fall short. While they may succeed in causing temporary discomfort or confusion, they cannot destroy the Chosen One because of this invisible shield. Yeshua's words, "I will be with you always," provide insight into the nature of this protection. It's a constant presence, ensuring that no matter how fierce the attack, the Chosen One is never alone in their battles. This shield is part of the divine favor that rests upon the Chosen One, a protective covering that goes wherever they go. The Chosen One can walk through life with confidence, not because they are without challenges, but because they know they are divinely guarded. For those who try to interfere with the Chosen One's path, this shield becomes an insurmountable barrier. They may plot and scheme, but each time they attempt to move forward with their plans, they are met with unforeseen setbacks. What they thought would be easy turns out to be impossible, as if some unseen force is blocking their way. And that's exactly what's happening. The spiritual shields are deflecting their negativity and redirecting their harmful energy away from the Chosen One. Even in moments of intense adversity, the Chosen One remains intact. They might feel the pressure, but they never crumble under it. This strength comes not from the Chosen One alone, but from the divine forces working on their behalf. Those who oppose them are often left bewildered, wondering why nothing seems to stick or why their plans fall apart at the last moment. The Chosen One's life is guided by purpose, and that purpose is protected by this spiritual shield. Every setback, every obstacle, is simply part of the refining process. These shields don't just protect, they also help the Chosen One grow stronger, refining their character and pushing them closer to their ultimate destiny. The shield absorbs the attacks, allowing the Chosen One to learn, to grow, but never to be broken. In the end, those who attempt to play with the Chosen One come to understand that their efforts were in vain. They cannot break through the spiritual defenses no matter how hard they try. This shield, while unseen, is one of the greatest protections the Chosen One has. It guards their heart, their mind, and their spirit, ensuring that no weapon formed against them will prosper. And those who persist in their opposition will eventually find themselves facing consequences they never anticipated. Opposing a Chosen One is never just a personal conflict. When someone sets their sights on trying to bring down or manipulate a Chosen One, they unknowingly step into a battle with forces they are not prepared for. These unseen forces are not of this world, and they operate on a level that the human mind cannot fully grasp. Those who think they can outsmart, outmaneuver, or overpower a Chosen One soon find themselves in a battle they cannot win. At first, those who oppose the Chosen One may feel confident. They have their plans laid out, their strategies in place, and their intentions set. They believe that their manipulation or deceit will go unnoticed, that the Chosen One will be an easy target. But the Chosen One's strength does not come from their own abilities alone. They are backed by spiritual forces, and when attacked, these forces do not sit idly by. Instead, they rise to the occasion, defending the Chosen One in ways that leave their enemies unprepared. The Chosen One is divinely protected, but more than that, the forces behind them are actively engaged in spiritual warfare on their behalf. These are not battles fought with physical strength or cunning plans. They are battles fought in the spiritual realm, where intentions, energy, and unseen influences hold greater power than any earthly strategy. Those who come against a Chosen One often find their plans unraveling in mysterious ways. What should have been a simple act of control or manipulation suddenly spirals out of their control. Yeshua's declaration, "For whoever touches you touches the apple of my eye," serves as a stark reminder of how intimately involved divine forces are in the life of a Chosen One. It's not just about physical protection. It's about preserving the mission and purpose that the Chosen One carries. When someone tries to interfere with that purpose, they are not just messing with a person. They are challenging a divine plan, and that is a battle they are never equipped to win. As the opposition to the Chosen One grows, so too does the intensity of the unseen battle. Those who think they can outwit the Chosen One soon find themselves confused as their plans falter. Obstacles they never anticipated arise, situations they thought were in their control suddenly shift, and everything they try seems to lead them further away from success. This is the work of spiritual forces protecting the Chosen One, ensuring that no harm will ultimately succeed. The opposition may not immediately understand what is happening. At first, they might chalk it up to bad luck or coincidence, but as their plans continue to unravel, they begin to realize that there is more at play. The harder they push, the more resistance they encounter, as if an invisible hand is blocking every move they make. This is the force that stands with the Chosen One, a force that does not allow disruption to divine purpose. The Chosen One, often unaware of the full scope of this battle, continues to move forward, seemingly unscathed by the chaos around them. While they may face challenges, these trials only serve to strengthen them, refining their character and drawing them closer to their ultimate purpose. For those who oppose them, however, the experience is vastly different. They find themselves drained, frustrated, and increasingly desperate as nothing seems to go as planned. Battling forces they never prepared for, the Chosen One's enemies eventually face a choice: continue down the path of opposition and experience even greater setbacks, or step back and recognize that they are fighting against something much greater than themselves. Most are slow to understand this reality, believing that persistence will eventually win the day. But those who persist only find themselves more deeply entangled in the consequences of their actions. For the Chosen One, these battles are a reminder that their path is not one they walk alone. They are backed by unseen forces that fight for them, ensuring that every plan meant for their harm will turn into their good. The spiritual forces at work may not always be visible, but their presence is undeniable. And for those who seek to oppose the Chosen One, they quickly learn that they are in over their heads, battling forces far beyond their ability to comprehend or overcome. There comes a moment in every chosen one's journey when the full scope of their power is awakened. Up until this point, they may have been aware of their inner strength, but often they don't fully grasp its magnitude until they are pushed beyond their limits. It is in the crucible of adversity, when opposition is fiercest and the odds seem impossible, that the chosen one's true power begins to rise. And when this awakening happens, everything changes. Those who have played with the chosen one, believing they could manipulate or control the situation, are suddenly faced with a force they never expected. The quiet, humble exterior of the chosen one is peeled back, and what remains is a power so profound that it cannot be denied. This awakening isn't just a shift in the chosen one's awareness, it's a spiritual activation, a release of divine energy that has been building up inside them, waiting for the right moment to emerge. At first, this power manifests subtly. The chosen one may begin to see things more clearly, understand situations with heightened wisdom, or feel an undeniable strength coursing through them. But soon, this awakening becomes impossible to ignore. The chosen one's presence begins to shift the energy around them. Situations that once seemed difficult now bend in their favor. Obstacles that stood in their way suddenly move aside, as if the universe itself is aligning to support their purpose. Yeshua said, "You will do greater things than these." These words come alive in the chosen one's life as they step fully into their true power. This power doesn't seek vengeance or destruction. It simply asserts itself, making it clear that the chosen one cannot be defeated. What those who oppose the chosen one didn't realize is that every trial, every attempt to harm or hinder, was only fueling this awakening. They were unknowingly preparing the chosen one for this moment, where their full strength would finally be revealed. For those who have challenged the chosen one, the shift is palpable. They may have believed they were in control, but now they are faced with a force far beyond what they can handle. Plans that once seemed certain to succeed crumble before their eyes. The more they try to push against the chosen one, the more they find themselves entangled in their own setbacks and failures. This is the effect of the chosen one's awakening. Their true power not only protects them, but reverses the flow of energy, turning every attack back on those who initiated it. The awakening of the chosen one's power is not just about overcoming adversity. It is about stepping into a greater role, a higher calling that transcends the struggles of the past. The chosen one begins to understand that their power was never meant for mere survival. It was meant to lead, to inspire, and to bring about transformation. With this newfound awareness, the chosen one becomes a force for good, a beacon of light that cannot be extinguished, no matter how dark the world around them may seem. This awakening is also a turning point for those who have stood against the chosen one. They are forced to confront the reality that they are outmatched. No amount of scheming, manipulation, or force can stop what has been divinely ordained. The chosen one, now fully aware of their power, moves forward with an unshakable confidence, knowing that nothing and no one can stand in their way. For the chosen one, this awakening is liberating. No longer do they doubt themselves or question their path. They know who they are and they know what they are capable of. This power is not just a gift. It is a responsibility, one that they embrace with humility and determination. And as they move forward, the world around them begins to change, reflecting the strength and clarity they now embody. Those who once played with the chosen one, believing they could control or defeat them, are left in awe, wondering how they could have been so blind to the power that was always there, waiting to be unleashed. The chosen one, now fully awakened, walks a path that no one can disrupt, carrying with them a power that grows stronger with every step. When the chosen one reaches the height of their power, it's not the end of their challenges. It's the beginning of a new level of opposition. The more they rise, the more forces gather to resist them. But by this point, the chosen one has been tempered by fire, strengthened through trials, and awakened to their true potential. Now, when opposition comes, they stand firm, unshaken by the chaos that surrounds them. This final stage of the journey is where the chosen one's character is fully revealed. They are no longer the person they were at the beginning of their journey. They have been transformed, their power fully realized, and their connection to divine purpose cemented. Opposition no longer catches them off guard, and challenges no longer threaten to derail them. Instead, these obstacles are seen for what they are: opportunities to grow stronger, to deepen their faith, and to move even closer to fulfilling their mission. By now, the chosen one understands that opposition is inevitable. The very nature of being chosen means they will face resistance at every turn. This resistance comes not because they are doing something wrong, but because they are doing something right. Their light shines too brightly for darkness to ignore, and their strength is too great for the forces of opposition to allow them to move unchallenged. But what the opposition fails to realize is that each new challenge only serves to strengthen the chosen one's resolve. As the chosen one stands firm, they begin to influence the world around them in profound ways. Their strength becomes a beacon for others, drawing in those who need guidance, protection, and inspiration. The chosen one's ability to stand tall in the face of adversity serves as a powerful example for others who are on their own journeys. They no longer fight battles in isolation. They are now leading others who are walking a similar path. Yeshua's promise, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world," is a guiding truth for the chosen one at this stage. They understand that no matter how intense the opposition, they are never truly alone. The spiritual forces that have protected and guided them throughout their journey continue to stand by them, ensuring that no weapon formed against them will succeed. The chosen one's confidence is not in their own strength, but in the divine power that has been with them all along. For those who continue to oppose the chosen one, the reality of their situation becomes clearer with each failed attempt. They throw obstacle after obstacle in the chosen one's path, but nothing seems to work. Every challenge they present is met with calm determination and an unbreakable will. The chosen one's strength is not of this world, and as such, worldly tactics fail time and time again. Those who oppose them find themselves exhausted, defeated by a power they cannot comprehend. The chosen one, however, does not seek to destroy their enemies. They understand that their mission is not about revenge or retaliation. Their purpose is to stand firm, to remain true to their calling, and to inspire others to do the same. They know that the battles they face are not just for their own sake, but for the sake of those who will follow in their footsteps. The chosen one's strength, once hidden and underestimated, now serves as a lighthouse guiding others through the storms of life. As the chosen one continues to stand amidst the opposition, they become unstoppable. Each challenge they face is met with unwavering faith and confidence. They are no longer the person they were when their journey began. They have been refined, strengthened, and transformed into a force for good that no opposition can shake. Those who once sought to play with the chosen one, believing they could manipulate or destroy them, are left in awe of the chosen one's resilience. They realize that the power they tried to oppose was never theirs to challenge in the first place. The chosen one stands firm, grounded in their divine purpose, and no force can stand in their way. Chosen ones, if you enjoy our videos and would like to support our channel, feel free to buy us a coffee. The link will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.